innovative content, global audience.
Hello, good morning, viewers. A very warm welcome to you from the world's capital city, London. My name is Princess Kessy, and this is Our Health. Of course, I will talk about your health, my health, and our health. Like that saying, health is wealth. If it's something we're very intentional about, it is your health, because health is wealth. Now, today on my program, I bring to you, let us look, a little look into the pharmaceutical sector. Now, this is a sector that we all know a lot of things are happening. And just 25th of this month, they did celebrate the World Pharmacist Day. And, they had a lot of events. So today I bring you a pharmacist, a very young, beautiful, intelligent young woman. She is a joy, Amarachi Okezie. She's a pharmacist. Good morning. Good morning, Joy. Can you hear me? Hello, Joy. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Joy
Okay.
Amarachi
Yes.
Kessy, as you said.
Yes, and we know that that sector did celebrate the World Pharmacist Day, 25th of September. It's actually an annual event that comes up yearly, and this year's theme was Pharmacy Strengthening Health System. And of course, a lot of people, we know that without the pharmacists, it will be difficult for doctors as well, and that is why they work hand in hand. Of course, it's all about your health today. Now, Joy, can you please run us through what this Pharmacist Day is all about? Hello, Joy, can you hear me?
Sorry, it's breaking, but I can hear you now.
All right, I say, can you run us through what is this the Pharmacist Day all about?
Okay, so the World Pharmacist Day is celebrated on the 25th of September, as you rightly said. It's a day, simply put, to celebrate pharmacists all around the world. So the day was established by the International Body of Pharmacy, called the International Federation of Pharmacists, known as FIP for short. So that day has been celebrated since 2010, a day to recognize the pharmacists and their inputs in the health sector.
Okay.
So pharmacists, as we know, are people professionals who provide drugs, prepare and dispense these drugs for our health, to help us feel better after we've been to the hospital, and we have our prescriptions and we come to get them. They give us these drugs. But the Pharmacist Day goes ahead to promote the advancement in roles of pharmacists in the health sector presently in recent times. So some of these recent roles would include patient advice on these medications, patient education. There has been the wrong use of drugs as the norm for a long time, and the onus lies on us as pharmacists, who are closer to the population, to tell the people what they should do and what they should not do when it concerns drugs, especially. So they have the direct contact with patients as to what the drug should do and how the drug should work for them, and very importantly, how they should even use the drugs. So in extensively, we have newer roles of pharmacists, which would include vaccinations. It would include what we call triage. Triage would simply put is assessing a patient, or when someone walks in and needs medical attention. So you can look and say, this person needs urgent attention, or this person needs to go and see a doctor first. And if it's urgent, what do? You can give first aid, you can give emergency treatments or therapy first, So it's not just about the regular small box where you just have a paper and you go and meet there and they give you, they cut some drugs and they give you. No, it's gone beyond that. So we have what we call pharmaceutical care, which includes direct care with the patient, follow up on these medications, you could always have a personal relationship with your pharmacist, wherein you can even give a call back to say, oh, this is how I'm feeling after I've taken this drug, as to the side effects or even adverse effects of these drugs. So it's more of a personal or intimate relationship now with the patient, and more patient focused than drug focused. It's not just about the drugs, it's about how you feel after you've taken these drugs. So it's a day that helps the public to know that this is what the pharmacist can also do. So simply, it's just a day for us to tell you that the pharmacist can do more than what you know already.
Wow, that is very elaborate, and now we understand. So the layman, like me watching, I think we understand better now. Although we know that it's actually a day set aside to pause, and of course take a moment of pause to be thankful to our pharmacists for all the good work they are doing. Without them, it will be difficult for doctors as well. We know they work hand in hand, like I said already. So we say well
Yeah.
done to every pharmacist out there. Like I said,
Thank
viewers,
you.
the day has come and gone, but my head show is usually on Thursdays, so I couldn't help it. Even though the celebration was just a Monday, I think
On
it's
Monday.
still worth celebrating. Yes, that is why I brought a pharmacist on my show today. Now, let's talk about, apart from, we know the day is actually a day set aside to celebrate and to be thankful for all the things you people do globally, for the important work you do out there in the health sector. Let's talk about our own professionalism in the sector now. Now, we have a lot of quacks in that industry or sector. A lot of people who just want to just make money, or for one reason or the other, they just open chemists, pharmacists. I was, as a lay person, I used to think that, let me say, when I was a child, I used to think that for you to have a pharmacist or a chemist shop, you should have some sort of certificate or some sort of, knowledge about being a pharmacist. Now you see that people these days, because they have money, they just open, because they know people do buy drugs. We live in an economy where health issues has become the order of the day. Now, how do we now fish the bad eggs from the good ones? Because we have a lot of quacks. We have a lot of people, they don't even know what to give, what to minister. Their own is just to sell. I will actually bring you to the issue of overusage of drugs, drug abuse, which also is some of these pharmacies or chemist shop that are involved in that. But how do we even, let's talk about unprofessionalism in your sector.
Well, the truth is that every profession has, people who hijack and,
But this
do
one
the
has to
wrong
do with
thing.
our health, don't forget.
Yes, yes. So let me put it out there that every quack is a non-professional, but not every professional is a quack in pharmacy practice. So let me make it clearer. So in pharmacy practice, we have pharmacist assistants who are not professionals but have undergone some sort of training in basic services. Like,
Okay.
you come with a paper, and they can tell you, oh, the doctor wrote take one tablet twice a day. It's as basic as that. And they are usually supervised by a pharmacist, on duty, but not they can easily give you, the over-counter drugs to take, which is allowed. But then the quacks are clearly people who, have no sort of training whatsoever, and they just want to make money, as you said. So you see them, even going against, they don't even they don't even know the basics of prescription interpretation. They don't even have the basic know-how as to assessing a patient, as to before you can give, any therapy in the first place. The truth is that it is best to visit trusted health facilities around in your own area. I won't want to call names, but we know the home names. We know the names that once you call them, you can always trust that when you go there that you will meet a professional. Because before these people would have those people in their place, in their premises, right? They would have gone through some level of scrutiny before they are employed to be in that place. So you can trust that whoever you're meeting there is a professional and can give you professional services as you wish. So profession, yeah. So professionalism is not just about certification. It also comes down to the behavior and acts as to which the person gives the services. The truth, even pharmacists can be unprofessional sometimes. You can meet a pharmacist who doesn't even know how to give the best services when there is need for it. So
Or were they not
it's
trained for that? Were they not trained to know how to
yes,
administer
exactly.
services?
Yes, you're certified to do that. But then it comes to also a personal basis to, it comes down to you as a person to want to develop yourself enough to know that you should go beyond what you've been certified for and actually do what you've been certified. Many people just actually, some people just go through school because they want to go through school and have certificate and even do business with it in some cases. But if you meet someone who is a professional and actually is a professional, he would imbibe the profession in himself and give that professional service as he should or she should. So what I would say is that you should visit places that you can trust so that you can get the best of the services that you would want to get. That's what I would say.
Well said. Now I tell you a story. I once, while I was in Nigeria in Abuja, my estate, I went to get. I wasn't feeling okay. I needed vitamin C. I feel like I need to boost my immune system, so I went to get a vitamin C, not the regular white one. This other one, fancy type, expensive type. And
You
I
put
got
in water
the
and
medication.
drink.
Yes,
Mm.
I just had to open and put one in my mouth. I started feeling weird all of a sudden. Somehow, I don't know, some kind of feeling came, and immediately it occurred to me to check the expiry dates. And I did check, it has expired a long time ago. And this is something that if you see these pharmacies I'm telling you about, or a chemist shop, it's usually filled with people. They have so much drugs. So if something as common as vitamin C could expire and you're selling it out, telling me you didn't take note, this is not something that expired like last month. You didn't take note. So if it's something that a child would have, maybe for a child, the
Take
child would have consumed everything, and then tomorrow you plunge a person into serious health issue for your
health
negligence.
issues.
And I was questioning her that day, Madam, are you a certified pharmacist? And people are there. Why she said sorry now? Why all this? I said no, because this is my job, and it doesn't make sense. You would have killed me, and they would think it's something else that killed me actually. So these are some of the issues when I talk about unprofessionalism. People just feel like, okay, I'm a businesswoman, or my husband is a pharmacist, so I can. Are you
Yeah,
getting?
all about the money.
Situation
Yeah.
like that where the
Mm.
husband is the real pharmacist and they have to put their wife there, and sometimes the
Yeah.
husband is around, the wife will start giving her drugs, which I feel it is not safe. Anyway, now moving forward, do your center have anybody that checkmate these things, and if yes, who is supposed to be checkmating all this?
Yes, we do. We have the Pharmacist Council of Nigeria. They put a check, in the as to in the movement of drugs and how these drugs are get to the patients. So it even starts from school because you go through a lot of training and certifications while you're still in school to make sure that you don't graduate half baked. You graduate as a fully baked pharmacist in your practice. So the sector is headed in Abuja here. So what they do is that even while in practice, you have even continued education to make sure that you're updated with newer schemes of practice. And once in a while, from time to time, they do checks. They check premises from time to time to make sure that whoever is on duty is either a pharmacist or is being supervised by a pharmacist. So they do this actually. It might not be as effective as it should, considering some Nigerian, factors. But in ideality, they actually, take out the time to put a check on these things because we're also aware of, people who have a facade or a facade now of chemist shop, pharmacy shop who just want to make money out of the system and not actually as certified people who should be doing so. So that's what they do.
Okay, that is a good one, and it's relieving to know that we have a body that checkmate these people and these things they do. And now let's talking about even still on this follow up now. Let's talk about drug abuse,
Okay.
overusage of medicine. Now we live in a country where people just want to take off the pain now, now, now. Miracle. They don't want,
Yeah.
you tell them, for instance, you have to. This will last for 8 hours. You take one maybe 8 a.m. in the morning. You have to take another one 8 in the evening, or maybe 2 p.m. And now you see that they don't have the patients will wait because maybe they will take it around 8, and around 11 the pain is back, and they just want to take more. Now how dangerous is this now as a pharmacist? Because these are some of the things we should be talking about, based on your celebration you just did some days ago. People need to know how dangerous this action could be or can lead to.
Okay. Drug abuse. It's
I'm
simply
going to
put
take
the
you to
one.
drug abuse, but well, let's talk about the overusage of medicine first.
Okay. I was going to still go. I was saying that either the overusage or the underusage is wrong, because
Okay.
yes, it's as basic as paracetamol. You know, it's some people just even see paracetamol in the house and they just drink it.
They
You just
even drink
want to
four. I've seen person taking 4, 6, that too.
exactly, you
Okay.
get,
That
and
is
you know,
how
not
they are using it
you
for
just
years.
yeah, and even when you want to tell this person, you don't even need this thing. They say no, that's how we've been taking it for this for ever since we've known. Even now, let's talk about Ampiclox. Ampiclox should be taken 4 times a day for 5 days. I'm sure many people just do twice a day for 2 days and they're okay and they leave it. So the overuse and underusage is really bad, and it causes what we call resistance to these drugs, such that when your body now even when you now really need these medications, your body will now respond as they should, because you've already abused the person has already abused the drugs, and you don't get the expected effects from these drugs. So now what do you now start doing? You start looking for newer drugs that your body can respond to, and probably before you've tried so many drugs, the symptoms already getting worse and worse before you can actually respond to what you should have been able to, if you had taken better moves as to check what you're taking and how you're taking drugs. So it's really bad that we have to get to that point. And these are even the small ones. Let's get to the bigger ones, like the psychoactive ones, which are also pain medications as well. As you said, people who have undergone surgery or some sort of trauma or accident have to take pain medications to keep themselves sane. But the constant use of the medications creates what we call dependency, so that you cannot even be okay. You can't even when your body is fine, your mind tells you that, oh, I'm not fine, just so that you can get the same feeling you get from the pain med, because most of these drugs have are also stimulants and can cause some certain level of highness, or what you call high feeling or euphoria in these patients. So just because the mind is already accustomed to taking these drugs, even when it builds tolerance now. Even when instead of taking 2 to get the same effect, you have to take 4 to get the same effect, just so that your body is fine. It's not it's bad that we've gotten here, because there are many other means to manage pain. There is there are physical means to manage pain. There is even exercise, and then there is even therapy that can even help in pain management. But because we are very quick in wanting solution, we just want what we can take and feel fine and feel happy and feel excited in the moment. And when we don't get the same effect, we start looking for what one is even more, and we give better effect than what you've already gotten used to and got and build tolerance for. So it's bad enough that we've gotten there. And these things are actually some of them are actually in very basic drugs around us. And before we even talk about the big ones like the cocaine and codeine, it starts from even as I said before, some pain meds like paracetamol. I don't know, you might not be familiar with
I
pentadocin.
beg to disagree, because sometimes we are in the society, we see people who are involved in one drug abuse or the other. Now when you see, for instance, my neighbor in school, my former neighbor used to send me to go and get codeine all the time. Then I didn't know what they do with codeine. I just thought he used to tell me, I'm having cough, I'm having sore throat, and that is what I'm supposed to take. The doctor said I should take that. So there was a day I told him that the pharmacy said they won't sell to me again, that I can't be coming to buy codeine on a daily basis. So me, I was naive or maybe ignorant. I didn't actually
Yeah.
know he was abusing it. It's something he takes and then goes to sleep. And then when I got to find out, I was very, very furious. This is somebody who has never taken a paracetamol or any other pain relief. But apparently, someone actually introduced him into codeine, and that was it for him. So the essence of drug
Mm-hmm.
abuse for to them is to feel high, to relax, or to stay afloat, to stay away from the trouble of the world. Now,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about drug abuse proper. We live in a society where it has become a norm, like it has become normal. You see children of 14, 15. Sometimes you see elderly people, 80, 60, they are doing drug abuse. Most time you see
Using drugs, yeah.
all kind of drug, tramadol. I remember the time I had an accident, I was giving tramadol, I almost died, just one. I was reacting to it, I was screaming, and they had to stop
Mm-hmm.
immediately. So I'm even wondering how somebody can be taking that kind of drug on daily basis. Do you understand? So let's
Yeah.
look at the society we live in today, especially the youth, at the way at which they are abusing medication, abusing drug, talking about codeine, talking about tramadol and the rest.
So I
Who are
don't.
we to blame? Start from there. Are we to blame the government who gave easy access for importation? Are we to blame the sector? You said there's a particular body checkmating this. Are we to blame the pharmacists that administer this medication without prescription? Or are we to blame the victims, the users?
Okay. I think it starts from the top to the bottom, because
Okay.
even though we have these policies in paper written down, but we don't actually, there is no implementation of these policies. So for us to have these things in these drugs in Nigeria, it means that someone is allowing them to come into Nigeria, and for them to get to the hands of the wrong people, someone is selling it to them, which would include the chemists and the pharmacy shops. Ideally, before such drugs should even come into the country, there should be regulations as to how they should pass and whose hands they should pass through. But it gets to the wrong hands because you have loopholes in this policy being kept. So it starts from the government, I would say, from them first, and then it goes down to the pharmacy body. Yes, we are the in there are measures to checkmate this, but the truth is that they don't have enough force to actually go premises to premises to actually know what's going on. Ideally, before you get such medications, you must come with a doctor's prescription signed and written by a doctor. But I will sometimes I work sometimes, people come and they say, please give me, I want codeine or I want diazepam. Diazepam, I'm like, where's your prescription? He said, we used to buy it now. I used to go and buy it. The chemist over there used to give me. Why can't you give me without a prescription? So it's because we already have, the loose ends on such areas, that it is now difficult to even convince them that you're doing the right thing by saying, please give me a prescription first before I can give this to you. So then it comes down, then it still goes down to these same consumers, because they've already built this dependency on these drugs. It will take a lot to tell them otherwise. So even as basic as cough syrups that have sedatives in them, they are also being abused. You see people who come to the pharmacy, they are buying 2, 3 bottles of cough syrups. I will sell more than one to you if I'm on duty. And so I've even had threats for people who will say, why won't you sell more than one for me? Is it your business? Is it not me that I'm not the one taking it, you get? But because I know that it's an abuse to the drug, I know you're going to abuse drugs, to just sleep or get high or get some certain sort of feeling. It takes a lot for me to now say, I'm not going to give you this for so reasons. And sometimes it even gets even to some point of violence. And I have to restrain myself and excuse myself. But it starts from the government to the bodies that should be checkmate, and then to the consumers themselves. It's all round. Everybody has a role to play, has a hand in it.
So, what do you think we do? Because with the rate at which
Mm.
drug abuse is becoming a norm in the society, youths, young people, elderly people are becoming more involved in drug. What do you think we do? How can we even checkmate? You just said from what you said that they will tell you that the other person sells, so why can't you sell? And I did ask that question before. How do we put the good ones out of the bad ones? Even though we know it's difficult, but because this is something that is detrimental to their health. This is something that is damaging their health, that is destroying their health. Now, how can we checkmate this in a situation where somebody have to come for maybe diazepam, codeine, tramadol, all those are kind of strong medication with us prescription, and if you don't have it, I won't sell. That is it. And now a lot of people will sell because they want the money. They don't care whether you take it, abuse it, or you buy 10. They don't care. I know also that there was a time I watched one news that the custom indeed intercepted a trailer truck of was it cloth or something, cutting wool, and the next thing open, you could see a lot of codeine, you could see tramadol. Now, these are the way they are coming to destroy the youth. What do you think we can do as a pharmacist, sincerely, to curb all this, to push the society of drug, at least to an extent?
The first point, we've had so much of it already, but it still starts from there. It's a lot of sensitization, because you what someone it starts from knowing that this thing and agreeing that this thing is wrong. So it's different. There has to be newer ways to pass the message, to preach it to you, to these people, because they sometimes they even know that these things are bad for them, but because they've already built this dependency, it's now beyond their cognition to say I don't want this. So we still, preaching and sensitization in different forms. From in social media, I would say, is a very strong point now to pass a message, in forms of skits, or even through music, and let's say shows like this, to keep preaching and telling them that these drugs have side effects, serious side effects. The side effects of these drugs over time, if they build up, can become terminal illnesses. You could have cardiovascular issues from such drug abuse. That's BP, high blood pressure, stroke can occur from these things. You can have respiratory diseases, what we call obstructive lung diseases. Person can even have lung cancer. It can lead to immune disorders. These drugs can very seriously reduce immune system. And once you have any disease or infection, the person goes down with it. And these things are things that you really need to understand. That it's not because we don't want you to feel high. It's for your own good. It's for their own good. If they don't understand this, they're not going to really, accept it. So if we make them understand that this is what you should not do, and this is why you should not do this thing, maybe you to pass the message better. So they usually say, if you tell someone to stop doing this, tell the person what to do. So if you say stop taking these drugs, then you can say, what then do you take? You can have a healthier lifestyle, go out more, socialize more, participate in more engaging activities, have groups that would engage you more, instead of using that time you would use to sit down somewhere to get high. Have healthy conversations with people, relationships that would encourage you to do, things that would be more satisfying and give you that same feeling than having to go back to drugs. So that's what I say would be to really put measures in place and implement these measures. So I have to say that to an extent, the NDLEA tries, because sometimes they come undercover to those wrong chemists, and they will pretend like they are the consumers and ask you to sell to them. And once you sell, they will just, bundle you and take you to the right body to discipline you. So that's also a very good one. So for those people who are wrongly dispensing, these chemists, these quacks who are doing this thing, because sometimes when they even sell, they won't even write that they sold these medications. They'll write a different name on the paper. They'll write paracetamol and give you tramadol. So this is very wrong. It's very wrong practice. So many times these undercover agents, or the PCN and NDLEA, are working hand in hand now. They go from time to time to chemists and pharmacy shop to fish out those bad eggs who are still doing these things and promoting this very wrong, act. And once they catch the person or catch such premises, they usually lock up and do give the right disciplinary measures to such people. And I would encourage that they do more of these these measures. Then I would also encourage good parenting, because it starts from the bottom. If a child is given the right training from childbirth, from childhood now, it's when you've instilled some certain values in this child, it will be difficult for the child to go out there and be influenced. Even when he's in the midst of that, peer group, he would remember from home that this is not what we were taught, or this is not how we were brought up. He should even be able to, tell otherwise to his friends that this is not what it should be. So I feel like it starts from parents really instilling these values in them. And it's even sad now that some of our parents are even abusing the drugs. It's very sad now that even the parents now are even part of the people who are even doing even the wrong thing. So
We see a situation where parents and children
yeah.
are doing drugs at the same time.
Exactly. So that's like that one now. It's beyond that is why we have to now exercise even the parents to even know that what they are already doing wrong and should tell their to do better for their children, because they're already older. That child that is joining you at such young age, before he or she will get to mid year, she should will start having issues like asthma, start having issues like very bad hormonal profiles. You have issues of infertility and all those sorts. It starts from this type of things. You should see children looking older than their ages because of the drug abuse. You see a child of 20 looking like 30, 40, having rough skin and looking older than their age. It starts from things like this. So let us promote healthier living. Instead of if you want to really give a child a robust and very healthy feeling, let the child out to engage in activities, reading activities, places that will engage the intellectual abilities of the child, instead of just doing such wrong acts. So I think it starts from this, and then I would say we should have the government's rehabilitation centers to work as they should.
Before you go that thought, Joe, we'll go on a quick break, viewers, and when we'll come back, Joe is about to say something very, very important. We'll be back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
With the SRTV Leadership Award, we recognize and honor consistent excellence and exemplary leadership in our society. Nomination is ongoing. Contact us at info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or via +234 814 358 2856 or +447 459 513 619. Forward by SRO TV in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, elevating good leadership in our world.
Hello viewers, you're welcome back from that quick break. This is our health. Yes, where we'll talk about your health, my health, and our health. You know that saying, health is wealth. In this life, you could have all the millions in the world. You could have pounds, dollar, and if you don't have good health, forget it. You will just come outside and somebody else come and enjoy the money. You could have houses. And so the number one thing in your life you should care about or should be intentional about is your health. And that is why we're here today. And of course, this week has been a special week for all pharmacists. Of course, the world had to pause for a while to celebrate all the good work they are doing, all the hard work in making sure that we are fine, that we are okay. We can help at least, but to celebrate these very hard-working people. And today I have Joy here. She's representing all the pharmacists in the world. And yes, we're still celebrating them. If you ask me, one day isn't enough to celebrate them. They do so much to making sure that we are fine. Well done, Joy. You were just saying something about, government, awareness centers and all that. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying that we need to put these centers to do what they claim they are doing, the rehabilitation centers. Well, when you have such centers do what they are doing, they will go ahead of the public, to give these awareness talks and even prevent such people from going to such results. So it prevents us having a high statistics of people who are already involved, and then it also helps to reduce, because many times when we have people who have taken a step back from such lifestyle, it's very easy to fall back. It's not as easy as, I'm not doing it anymore, because of the level of dependency that the body has developed to this. So it takes a lot from the person to go ahead or go further from such lifestyle. So these centers are supposed to be equipped with the right personnel and the right equipment that they would need to follow up such people or such patients who are recovering from such lifestyle. And I would also add that if the government, even if the economy is better or is what it should be, we would have less of this drug abuse, because many times it comes from um effort that has been put to naught. When young people are trying their best to do stuff, to do you go out of your way to try to do something for yourself, and it looks like all you're doing, all the efforts is not working. Then owing to government policies, government rules, and just the economy of the country generally, it can cause depression. And when someone is depressed, the person would easily fall into alcoholism, would easily fall into drug abuse, just so that they can get some free, what you will call at least let me just let them just forget what's going on around them first, and get some peace of mind.
Yes.
Yes. So if the economy was better, say there is the basic food, utility, and what's
Basic
it called now, access to do business. Yes. So
yes.
yeah,
And then
if you have this thing,
graduates coming out of school are not even
yes, you have
job.
job creations, job employments. Yes.
You would
So I
find that
think,
their parents had to struggle to see them through the school. No money,
yes,
no startup business money, no jobs.
exactly.
The youth
No
are now
jobs,
resorting to a lot of havoc, and that is, of course, it's somebody that I had a show this morning on the morning show, Good Morning Show. It's only somebody
Mm,
that is less busy that will have time to go and drink, that will have time to go and.
exactly,
By the time you
exactly.
go to work and you come back hungry, exhausted,
And
the
you're
next thing you want
tired,
to
you
do
get,
is just eat and
yes,
sleep and think about the next job for tomorrow.
the
So
next
I think
move.
that's a very valid point, Joy.
Yes, so it's very important that the government will listen to us, because we've been saying, we say it over and over again. There are so there the country is populated as for human resources. We have the natural resources to do something for ourselves. Even if they don't have the jobs, at least let there be some sort of empowerment to help these people be engaged. Because when you're engaged, you won't think of wrong lifestyles. And let's not even talk about the vices that this thing end up being in the society. We see a lot of crime and cruelty when you have such people going around, sexual abuse here and there, because you can't put these things in place. So I think it takes a lot from the top for them for us to actually make a positive change when it comes to drug abuse in the society. And I would also add that if you have or know people who have been in such places, or people who even are in such situations, it takes love to correct. It takes love to correct, because if even if the person is in that situation, it is the act we hate, not the person. So even if you're going to correct this person, it's not by stigmatization, it's not by saying, oh, it's not by judging and saying this, what you're doing, is you're being bad, you're being useless, because it could happen to anyone. It could really be anyone. There's nothing like it could never be me. So if someone by reason of wrong peer group, or serious depressing conditions happens to be in such a situation, it takes love to correct this person. And let's not have this selfish mindset. Let's be open to help people around us. If it's not you or your family, it doesn't concern you. But one day, if that person happens to be in society and starts to start kidnapping, as a result of being high, and it kidnaps your family member, you also are affected. So I think it takes us as a whole, one as a big family, to show love and to show care, and help these people to understand that they could do better for themselves. So that's it.
Wow, well said, well said. Now, before we let you go, I need you to give us some basic health, education today as a pharmacist. There are some myths and some facts about medicine. You can use milk or soft drink to take your medication. You can take a medicine that has fallen on the floor. You can't do a lot of things. So you must eat before you take your medication, or after eating. What was the distance between your meal and your medication? So these are some of the things I need you to tell us today. But we'll go on another quick break. When we return, Joy, will be giving us some health education, basic at least. Now stay with us, viewers. We'll be right back after this break.
British SRTV Leadership Award is recognized and honor consistent excellence and exemplary leadership in our society. Nomination is ongoing. Contact us at info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or via +234 814 358 2856 or +447 459 513 619. Powered by SRO TV in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, elevating good leadership in our world.
Hello, viewers. You're welcome back from that quick break, Joy. So I just need you to run us through some, basic health, basic health education, talking about the means and facts about medicine. Yes.
Okay, let me start by saying that, just as you said, that health is wealth. You could have all the riches in this world, and if you're lying on your bed looking all at it, what's the use? So your health starts, yeah. It starts from you. It's as basic as taking care of yourself. Three basic things: eat healthy, have a good hygiene, and have a sound mind. So when it comes to eating healthy, it seems cliche, but it is very important that we eat healthy because we are what we eat in essence. So yeah, it's unfortunate that right now we have a lot of quick foods, fast foods, and all that. But the truth is that the more natural your food is, the healthier you are. A lot of fruits and vegetables would would save us a lot of doctors' visitations. A lot of water, reduce the excessive meats, refined foods, packaged food. Even though right now we don't have as much time as we should have because of many of engagements that prop up, but we should still find time. It's still it's part of a healthy lifestyle. Find time to make your meals, even if you cannot make these meals. At least be sure of where you're getting these meals, and always have it that you have fruits, as either as part of your meals or after your meals. So please follow up in between meals. Please have some fruit because they have vitamins that would help to keep your body alive. They are called antioxidants. So naturally, you have things that fight against your body system. But when you have a good immune system, your system can stand against diseases and infections. When your system is down, it's just like when you have your security being down. Whatever comes in, the person is at risk. So, but when you have a good immune system, and what builds this immune system? Your fruits, vegetables, vitamins. When you have a good immune system, you're unlikely to come down with illnesses easily. You can stand, some of the harsh exposures to, the environment. We don't know the amount of exposures that we go through in the day. The body is actually self-healing. So if you don't give it what it needs to do what it should do, that's where your health starts to fail. So as I said before, please eat well, take a lot of water. Your body is made up of 70% of water. So if you're not going to have water to keep it going, it's the vehicle that it needs to move around, stuff all around your body. So you need a lot of water to stay hydrated and sound. Then please let's also know how to let's encourage good sound mind, which would relate to mental health. It's a whole topic on its own to talk about mental health and sound mind, because if one is not sound up there, I don't know what else you can do. It comes in your job, in your day-to-day activities with people, in your communication with people, what can you even offer to the society, even affects even the drug abuse thing. If you have a sound mind from within, you have this inner satisfaction or enthusiasm to life. It gives you a healthier ambience around you, and it takes a lot of meditation actually to keep yourself in such situation. Let's also encourage exercising. As as simple as taking a walk around, as simple as stretching, it goes a long way to keep the blood flowing. So that said, I would come down to say that drugs, every drug is a poison, actually. The dose makes the difference. So that is why you must be sure that whatever you're taking, you are getting professional advice. Because as these drugs are in very minute quantities, but they are bulked up with what we call bulking agents or excipients so that you can swallow. So you make the mistake of taking overdose, you've given yourself poison. The person is giving the person self, poison. So it's very important that you're taking the right dose in the right manner and at the right time. Even though in times past you would have little or no adverse effect, but the truth is that we've had many fatal cases that we don't even know have come from drug abuse. Because we don't have statistics does not mean that they don't exist. So these things actually happen, but because we don't have the records, don't mean that they're not there. So there are it is important that you get professional advice when taking medications, and always follow what you've been advised to do, and don't have the mindset of, oh, this is how we've been doing it for so and so time. You don't it's not easy to say that. In fact, let's just say that you said my people because of ignorance. Now we know, let us do better. That's what I have to say.
Wow, thank you so much, Joy. You've said quite a lot. And now let's talk about let me just ask you this myth and facts. Can I take my medicine with milk or soft drink?
Okay. The milk. No. Let me start by saying no and yes. So there are some foods that work better in milk medium, but those drugs are very few. Generally, you are advised to not do so, because milk has some compounds that can cause chelation of the drugs you're taking, and can reduce the effectiveness of what you're taking. Many drugs would do so in presence of milk. Example are antibiotics. So you would it is best to avoid, or when you're not sure, it is best to avoid water. At most would be maybe in fact, just take water. Take water with your meals,
All
with
right.
your
Now,
drugs.
another thing we need to know is that can we take our medication with cold water?
Well, the truth is that cold water it's not about the cold water it's not about the cold water. It's what your body needs while you're taking the medications. Because the water is supposed to be at the same what we call not the what it's supposed to be at the same pH now and same temperature with your own body's water already. So you don't want to create an environment that would not be conducive for the body, for your system at the time of taking the medication. So it's best to take warm water, not cold or hot, lukewarm water, which is very close to what you have inside of your system, and that's how you have most of the drugs. You dissolve in the body and can be absorbed at such temperature.
Wow, thank you so very much. You said quite a lot. We learned so much from you today, and so nice of you to be on the show today, Joy. Viewers have been on the show this morning with no other. Of course, this week we had to pause to celebrate our pharmacists. And like I said, one day isn't enough. Let's be truthful. These people do a lot. They run shift. They do this. They will have to be there because they know somebody somewhere will be in pain, so they will have to be on ground to make sure they administer this medication. So if they are not there, what will become? Doctor might even prescribe, but if the pharmacist is not there, what would you do? I've been to a hospital where they say go and look for this and buy, go and it's still a pharmacist they will run to go and meet. So I think they need more than a day to celebrate them. That is why I brought Joy on the show today. Yes, to every pharmacist out there, we say congratulations to you guys. You guys are really doing well,
Thank
and of
you.
course,
Thank you.
appreciate
That'll
all
be
the
how.
you're doing. Hope to have you again next time on the show, Joy. Viewers have been on the show with Joy Amarachi Okezie. She is a pharmacist, and of course, she has done justice to the topic today. Thank you so very much, Joy, for being on the show. We appreciate
Thank
your
you
time
too.
today. Do well to stay healthy as well as you are attending to others. Please take care of yourself as well.
Okay, thank you too. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
you know what I will always say on my show, my head show. Yes, your health is your wealth. Please, even if you have everything in the world, you don't have a good health, that means you don't have a life. So you have to be intentional about your health, what you eat, and please be on water. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Until I see you again, I leave you with this quote. If you say being healthy is expensive, then try being ill, or maybe try going to the hospital to lie down, just so you know that health is well. I'll see you again. And don't forget to follow us on all social media handles. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and X, and of course YouTube. Subscribe, invite somebody to the page, and of course leave us with your comments. We'd love to hear from you again. Until I see you again, I remain yours truly, Princess Kessy. Bye for now.
Hooray! The next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The next President reality TV show. Hooray! The next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number